From the majestic peaks of the Pyrenees to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, a dynasty rose to power, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of Europe. The Habsburgs, with their intricate web of alliances and ambitions, would shape the destiny of Spain for centuries to come. Their reign, a captivating saga of triumphs and tribulations, of emperors and explorers, of artists and inquisitors, forever altered the course of history. Join us now as we journey back in time to uncover the lives and legacies of 5 extraordinary Habsburg rulers who ascended the Spanish throne. These are their stories. Our story begins with a ruler who inherited a dominion, the likes of which Europe had never seen. Charles I, who ascended to the Spanish throne in 1516. From the Austrian Alps to the sun-baked plains of Castile, his inheritance stretched across the continent. Known also as Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire, his reign marked the beginning of Habsburg rule in Spain. Charles was born in Ghent in 1500 and became one of the most powerful European rulers of his time. As the grandson of both the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella and Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian I, Charles inherited a vast empire spanning Europe and the Americas. His reign was a whirlwind of political intrigue, religious upheaval, and constant conflict. Charles I's reign saw the expansion of Spanish territories in the New World and the consolidation of power within Europe. He faced numerous challenges, including the Protestant Reformation and conflicts with France and the Ottoman Empire. Despite these obstacles, Charles I strengthened Spain's global influence.
As a devout Catholic, I saw myself as the defender of the faith, leading armies against the Protestant princes of Germany. My clashes with the French, a rivalry that would define centuries of European history, played out on battlefields from Italy to the Low Countries. Yet amidst the tumult, I yearned for a different kind of world, a world united not by force but by faith, a world at peace.
It was a noble ambition, but one that ultimately eluded him. Weary from decades of struggle, in 1556 Charles abdicated his thrones. He divided his empire, giving the Holy Roman Empire to his brother Ferdinand and Spain and its colonies to his son, Philip II. The reign of Philip II, son of Charles V, marked a turning point in Spanish history. Philip, a deeply religious and cautious ruler, inherited his father's ambition but not his expansive vision. He ruled from his somber palace monastery, El Escorial, a testament to his piety and his power. Under his watchful eye, Spain reached the zenith of its power and influence.
From the Americas, a steady stream of gold and silver flowed into the royal coffers, fueling my ambitions. I saw myself as the defender of Catholicism against the rising tide of Protestantism and the Ottoman Turks. My reign saw the Spanish Empire expand across the globe, with conquests in the Philippines named in my honor and the Americas.
But Philip's reign was also marked by challenges, including wars with the Ottoman Empire, the Dutch Revolt, and ongoing struggles with France and England. The clash between Philip and Elizabeth I, two of the most powerful monarchs of their age, would culminate in one of the most famous naval battles in history off the coast of England.
The defeat of the Armada in 1588, battered by storms and outmaneuvered by the English, marked a turning point in Spanish fortunes. It did not, however, diminish my resolve. I continued to rule with an iron fist until my death in 1598, leaving behind a legacy of both grandeur and unfulfilled ambition.
And so the story of the Habsburgs continues, with each ruler leaving their unique imprint on the annals of history. As the 17th century dawned, Spain found itself at a crossroads. The reign of Philip III, son of Philip II, stands in stark contrast to that of his father.
I am a deeply religious man, but I lack the drive and determination that characterized my predecessors.
He preferred the quiet solitude of his palace to the burdens of state, delegating much of his authority to advisors. This period saw a gradual decline in Spanish power, a slow and almost imperceptible ebbing of influence. The flow of silver from the Americas, which had propped up the Spanish economy for so long, began to dwindle. Wars, both at home and abroad, drained the royal treasury. Yet, amidst the gathering storm clouds, Spanish art and culture flourished.
As a patron of the arts, I presided over a golden age of Spanish literature and painting.
It was during his reign that Miguel de Cervantes published his masterpiece, Don Quixote, a timeless tale of chivalry and delusion. And so, while the Spanish Empire may have been slowly receding from its peak, the spirit of Spain, its art, its literature, and its faith continued to burn brightly. The reign of Philip IV, grandson of Philip II, was a time of great drama and upheaval. Europe was embroiled in the 30 Years' War, a conflict that would reshape the political landscape of the continent.
I'm a man of considerable charm and charisma, but I am ill-equipped to deal with the challenges that confront me.
He relied heavily on his advisors, some of whom proved to be more capable than others. The war, a tangled web of alliances and betrayals, dragged on for decades, draining Spain's resources and manpower. At home, Philip's reign was marked by revolts in Catalonia and Portugal, a sign of the growing unrest within the Spanish Empire. Yet even as the empire seemed to teeter on the brink, Philip remained a steadfast patron of the arts.
My court is graced by some of the greatest artists of the age, including the incomparable Diego Velázquez.
Velázquez's portraits of Philip, capturing both the majesty and the melancholy of the king, remain some of the most iconic images of the Spanish Golden Age. And so, while Philip IV may not have possessed the political acumen of his predecessors, he nevertheless left an indelible mark on Spanish history, a legacy etched in the masterpieces of art and literature that continue to captivate us to this day. The last Habsburg ruler of Spain, Charles II, inherited a kingdom in crisis. Born with a multitude of physical and mental disabilities, likely the result of generations of inbreeding, Charles's reign was a tragic epilogue to the Habsburg dynasty in Spain.
My physical deformities and intellectual impairments make me a figure of pity and intrigue.
His inability to produce an heir plunged Spain into a succession crisis that would engulf Europe in war. The War of the Spanish Succession, a clash of titans, pitted France against a coalition of European powers, each vying for control of the Spanish throne. The war, a bloody and protracted affair, marked the end of Spain's dominance in Europe. When Charles II died in 1700, the once mighty Spanish Empire was a shadow of its former self. His death, without an heir, extinguished the Habsburg line in Spain, ushering in a new era of Bourbon rule. And so, the dynasty that had once held sway over a vast empire that had shaped the destiny of Europe for centuries came to an end, leaving behind a legacy of both grandeur and decline. The Habsburg dynasty's reign over Spain, spanning nearly 2 centuries, left an enduring mark on the nation and the world. From the heights of global power to the depths of decline, their story is a tapestry woven from threads of ambition, piety, artistry, and ultimately, tragedy. The echoes of their reign reverberate through the grand palaces, the magnificent art, and the enduring cultural legacy they left behind. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more historical overviews. Let's continue to explore the past together, for history is always on the go.